Hi guys, Dr. Mel. We're busy with chemical equilibrium and we already covered what equilibrium is and how we can get to a relationship between the products that's being formed and the reactants that's being used. So we did the factors that can affect the equilibrium and we did calculate a few calculations with the Kc value. Now we're going to actually see how we can calculate the Kc but using more information and actually even less information. So you'll have to be able to deduce some information from what's been given in the beginning of a reaction and at the end in equilibrium. So I use the following method. I use the table, and you'll see it in your textbooks, and go on the internet and see if you can find an example with this. But I need you now to get your pen and your pencil and draw the table with me, and the information will be provided to you. They give me the reaction. So this reaction says 2 mole of SO2 with 1 mole of oxygen will form 2 mole of SO3. Now I write that underneath my exam paper, on my exam paper, when I see and when I read. Why is this important? Because you'll see it's a relationship. It's 2 to 1 and 2 and 1 to 2. So you need to know that. They're giving me information. They're saying to me, at equilibrium, there's 4 mole of SO3. Now, when we started, we didn't have any SO3. But when equilibrium was at that stage, there were 4 moles of the SO3. So it went from 0 in the beginning to 4 mole. And what you'll have now is you'll have to calculate how many SO2 and O2 has been used to form the 4 of the product. They gave me more information. When the reaction started, it was with 6 of the SO2 and 5 of the O2. So they used 6 SO2, 5 O2, and 0 of the product that was formed. Another important factor is the size of the container. Do you see the 2 cubic decimeter container? So that's the volume, and you will see where we're going to use that. But I encircle and I highlight all the information that they provide me. Can you see? I read through the question, but I made a lot of notes. They want us to calculate, and this is now the question. Calculate the Kc. So I need to know what's the concentration of the SO3 square, can you see there? And the SO2 square and the O2. That's what they want me to know. I need to calculate those values because I don't have it. Now let's organize all the detail that we have. Draw a table and use the acronym RICE or RICE. Now many books only use RICE. I do it with a double E, and you'll see now why I'm doing that. Firstly, the R is for the reaction or the relationship or the ratio. It's not important what the R stands for. It's important that you can rely on the fact that you've got to start with a balanced equation. Secondly, you need to know that the unit of that balanced reaction is mole. Second, initial. What do you start off with? Well, you know it can either be in mole or in concentration. So make sure that you know, are you going to work with mole? Then you're going to work with mole right through the whole exercise. Or are you going to work with the concentration? And I'll show you now how we get to that. Then you want to know what changed. Now the product will increase and the reactants will decrease. So you'll see I'll do that just now. As the forward reaction takes place, the reactants are forming the product. So it's a decrease in the reactants and an increase in the product. And then finally, you get your equilibrium. What is left at equilibrium? Now, it can either be in mole or it can be in concentration. Now, if it's in mole, guys, you need to get it to concentration because you know the Kc is the concentrations. That's the relationship. So if it's that, you need to divide that mole that you got there with the volume in cubic decimeter. And I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do now. So the reactants, you want to know what is the relationship. You want to know what's the initial. You probably start with initial reactants and zero product. How is the change going to be? It's usually minus the reactants and plus the products. The equilibrium you then have, and you can then take it to the Kc knowing what the concentration is, not the mole. Be careful. Right, let's do our question that they asked of me. They said to me, you've got 2 to 1 to 2, and I put that into my R row, 2 to 1 to 2. They said to me, you're going to start with something, and we'll get to the information just now. You're going to have a change and at equilibrium. Now, if we go back to our question, I'm going to clear this. They said at equilibrium, I've got 4SO3. Now, let's go and put that into our equation. At equilibrium, I've got 4SO3. They started off with 6 of the SO2 and 5 of the O2. So they started off with 6 of this and 5 of that. And you know I start off with no product. I know now that 4 has been formed because they said I've got 4 of that in the reaction at equilibrium. So it's finished there. It's not going to increase anymore. They want us to calculate the Kc value. Let's go back to our table. What do we see? If we've got 4 that's being formed here, and this is a relation 2 to 2, I know 4 of this has been used. Can you see there? Now I've got to put it there. It's minus 4. Let me just take that out. You need to put it in the right column, otherwise you're going to have a problem. Right, I know this one is forming 4 here, so it's plus 4 there, then it's 4 to 4. This one is a 1 to 2, so if 4 is forming, 2 is being used. This is 1 to 2. So 4 minus 4 there, minus 2 here, and plus 4 there. With what did I start? I started off with 6. 6 minus 4 is 2. I started with 5, 2 being used that way, 3 left, and I got 4 here. And another piece of information was it's in a 2 cubic decimeter container, which I usually write there. So I know I've got to do the last step. So I've got 2 mole in a 2 cubic decimeter, which gives me 1. 3 in a 2, which gives me 1.5. And 4 in a 2 container, giving me 2. So now I've got my concentrations at equilibrium. Let's have a look. We had 6, and we devised that if I have 4 there, I lost 4 and I lost 2 there, and that brought me to my final answer of 1 mole per cubic decimeter, 1.5 and 2. And now I can go to my equation for Kc. Kc is SO3 squared, and if we go back, we've got 2 SO3, so it is that bracket, guys. Remember, this is when I say I want to write the concentration. If I actually work it out, I've got the rounder brackets. SO2 is 1, and again, remember the square there, can you see? And I've got 1.5 there. And if I now do my calculation, I will get my answer being 4 over 1.5. That'll give you a value of 2.667. And remember, there's no unit for Kc. It's just a relation. And you can see there's lots of product in terms of reactants. So it's the forward reaction that's taking place more than the reverse reaction. Let's go to another calculation. They are telling me calculate the Kc if at equilibrium you've got those concentration. Now this is what we did previously. First write down your equation for your Kc, then you actually just substitute in there, and it's easy. It's 3.5. Remember the square over 0.5. 0.5. So you can do this calculation if you've got that value. But we don't always have the value. And that's where we use the table to get these values. Right, let's do another equation. H2 of I2, 2HI. They gave me these concentrations. And as I showed you just now, it is easy to do. Let's get a new example. Same equation. Hydrogen iodine forming hydroiodide. So I've got 9 moles, and read very carefully, of this. It's the product. I'm starting with a product. I'm starting the initial with 9 of this. It's a 2 cubic decimeter container. And I started off with 2 of the hydrogen. So I've got no iodine. Can you see there? I've got 2 of this and 9 of that. When equilibrium is reached at that temperature, it is found that there's 5 mole of the HI. Now you can see I started off with 9. I've got 5. And in your mind, guys, you must now think. So what happened to the 4 that's gone? The 4s went that way, so the reverse reaction took place. They want us to calculate the Kc value. Right, let's go and put this all in our table. Firstly, I write down rice. I know it's a 2 cubic decimeter container. What do we have? We've got concentrations, I think. Let's just go back and see. Now I've got mole, so I know I'm working in mole, and I know here I've got to divide with a 2 cubic decimeters. So you draw your table and you start writing what you have. Right, I've got 9 of that and I've got 5 that's remaining. So let's go and put that in. My relationship is 1 and 1 to 2. Can you see there? I do that immediately. I started off with 9 of this, 2 of that, and I've got 5 there. Now immediately you know the 5 that's left is minus 4. Do you see? That's what changed. If minus 4 is here, it actually went to the reverse side. Now if this is a 2 to 1 relation, what is 4 then going to form? It's going to be plus 2. It's forming that. 2 to 1 to that side, also plus 2. So now we just calculate what did change. So what we'll see now is that this plus 2 is more than we started off with. We started with 2 and now we have plus 2. I just want to go back here and just tell you what we're doing. Can you see there? I've got 2 and I'm now putting another 2 that formed. I had 0 here and 2 formed, and here I deducted that. It's important that you do the right mathematical procedure. So I had 2, I added 2, so I've got 4 now. I had 0, I've got 2 now. I had 9, I know I've got 5, so I minus 4, and that gave me my relationship to calculate the other concentrations. I've got to know I'm working in a container that's not 1 cubic decimeter, so this will be 4 over 2 cubic decimeters, 2 over 2, and 5 over 2. And that will be your final equilibrium concentration. So 4 over 2 will give me 2, the concentration 1 and 2.5. Now let's go to our equation. You know it's HI and there's 2's, therefore I've got the square. There I've got just H and I. I go back to my table and I substitute with those values. H2 is 2. I2 is 1. And here I've got 2.5. Guys, please remember your square. It cannot transpirate. It cannot precipitate. It cannot go away. It is there. You need to calculate that value. Now, if you do that calculation, and this you'll do with your calculator. I mean, you don't have to do anything fancy. Here you'll get 6.25 over 2, and you'll just do that division, and that is something like that, and that is your Casey value. A great number because it's got lots of product. You need to be able to find with your table your rice or rice C, get whatever formed at equilibrium, go to your Kc equation, which is a relationship, and work out the Kc value. Have a look at this lesson again. See where I plussed and where I minus. See where I used the volume and where I didn't. You have to be able, guys, to identify what is the reactants and products at equilibrium, because that's the value that we use for Kc. And then obviously I'll work out the concentrations with R, remember that's ratio, I, initial, what I start off with, C, what a change that happened, it's either a plus or a minus. The first E can be the mole, and the second E will be the concentration, which is the mole over the decimeters. Not difficult, but you have to use the right method. Otherwise, you're going to have confusion. And let me tell you, this is in every exam paper. We will have a look at this later when we do the discussion of exam questions. We'll have a look at typical exam questions, but this you'll have to do. Have a look at Science Clinic. Have a look at any textbook. Do past papers, do the questions, and see if you can apply these same principles. Enjoy working with equilibrium. It's really lots of marks. If you understand what you're doing, you're going to do very well. Bye-bye.